Welcome to this sample of our online management training modules. This sample comes from Module 1, Becoming a Manager, and is provided so you can check out the materials before purchasing the course. The full module consists of a tutorial lasting at least 30 minutes, a series of test questions and answers, a printable certificate to demonstrate module completion, a downloadable post-course exercise, a downloadable key points reference document, and a downloadable glossary of terms. Support is provided to the delegate via email. Definitions of management are legion, but most agree that management is a skill involving supervision and a judicious use of means to achieve an end. The quality of management is the intangible resource separating success from failure in a business venture. The ultimate test of management is business performance. Management is a practice rather than a science or even a profession, although it contains elements of both. The test of good management is that it enables others to achieve and, by directed circumstances, masters economic direction. To manage a business implies management by objectives. A business enterprise must be capable of producing a whole that is greater than the sum total of its parts. To this end, effective management is a precious commodity, one upon which the standard of living for the whole community rests. Many attempts have been made to isolate the ingredients that make for success, and it has been shown that successful managers do have certain common characteristics which relate to business performance. These characteristics can be developed by training, with the clear inference that effective management can be taught. For this course, our definition of management is achieving results through the efforts of those people you directly supervise. Management is about coping with complexity, and without good managers, complex enterprises tend to become chaotic. When companies are very small, there is, arguably, no need for managers. Things tend to be fairly simple, and everyone is effectively their own manager. But as companies grow in size and complexity, the need for a more formal management structure grows. Managers are needed to bring a degree of order and consistency. By overseeing the efforts of a team or department, managers coordinate the workflow of different individuals so that the company's goals are achieved. Some organizations have tried to remove management. Google is a famous example. In 2008, Google had a bit of a management problem. Everyone, most critically their prized engineering team, hated managers, both in theory and in practice. So Google set out to prove that managers were not needed. Google's conclusions, however, were that not only are managers a critical component to an effective corporate structure, but that good managers increased job satisfaction, retention and employment within their groups and the organization as a whole. At the beginning of the last century, the French engineer Henri Fayol created the first principles of what has become known as classical management theory. Based on his experience as a successful director of a mining company, Fayol developed several theories that are still relevant today. At the time, managers had no formal training. However, the increasing complexity of organizations created a need for professional management. Fayol defined 5 functions of management, and these are still seen as relevant to organizations today. The 5 functions are planning, which is about looking ahead; organizing, which is about ensuring the resources needed to achieve the plan are available; commanding, which is about giving work orders and clear instructions; coordinating, which is about positively influencing the behavior of others; and controlling, which is about ensuring the standards are achieved and maintained. These 5 functions focus on the relationship between the team members and the manager. They provide points of reference so that problems can be solved in a creative manner. Most managers have tasks which call for the manager to do something which is not strictly managing, but doing. Whilst there is nothing wrong or unusual about this aspect of a manager's role, it is nonetheless distinct from managing. The management wheel is a pictorial view of the process of managing. It should be read as a clock starting at the noon position and reading clockwise. It starts with stopping and thinking about what you need to achieve with your team. most managers do not make enough time to do this. Once they have defined what they need to achieve, the next task is to set objectives, followed by the detailed planning that will bring these objectives into fruition. The manager then needs to organise their resources, including the people they manage, so that the plan can be tackled. The next stage in the process is to support individuals so that they achieve the things they have to do to make the plan work. Then the manager must monitor both progress and results and evaluate what is working and what needs to be changed, which leads to redefining the what and the how. And this takes the manager back to thinking and the start of the process again. The ability to communicate effectively lies behind the management process and is vital for managerial success. The graph shows the segments as being equal. In practice, of course, they're not. Before we move on, let us summarise what we have covered so far. We started by looking at what management is and why managers are needed. We then looked at the 5 core functions of management: planning, organising, commanding, coordinating, and controlling, and at the management wheel, which shows the process that managers use to achieve results through others. If you would like to review this section again, click the Review Section button. If you're ready to move on, click Next. Thank you for looking at this sample. If you've any questions, please feel free to call us on 01608 644 144 or email us at training-support@spearhead-training.co.uk. Please click Exit to close the sample.